Yeah, the company undisclosed at this time. It's like it's a big deal. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, no worries. So I see like like personal or whatever, but undisclosed at this time just seemed like, oh, am I talking to the U.S. government here? Is it? I don't know what's happening.
No, no, nothing bad.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I saw that you're looking to do virtualized versions of your custom homes.
Yeah.
You want to do mobile walkthroughs with the Rifts and the phones, and then I'm glad you know about the Oculus Go. Because as soon as I saw mobile, I was like, oh, are you aware of the Oculus Go?
Yeah.
So yeah, tell me a little bit about what you're doing right now. You say you have these Rifts, but you're doing mobile walkthroughs. So how does that work?
So right now we're just basically starting out from nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We have obviously we have like a whole drafting team and everything, and we do custom homes. We have about 80 models in total,
Mm-hmm.
um, and a lot of it we don't have like physical models of. So we have a cottage show coming up, for instance, where all we have to show people is, well, these are our floor plans. What do you think? It's and we had actually dealt with another company to do a VR demo for us, and they did it, and they did it on phone, and it turned out really pretty poorly. But it at least gave the higher ups an idea of what we could do,
Mm-hmm.
and like just so I ended up getting that package from them and kind of putting in Rift support, and I was able to get it working, but it just is not optimized at all. So
Mm. Okay. So is the goal here to show like who? I guess I should ask you this. What's the goal in terms of showing the VR? Who are you trying to show these models to?
so it'll basically be our customers for the most part,
Mhm.
just to give them an idea of uh, basically what we have to offer. So it's like when they come to a like the cottage show, for instance, instead of saying, oh hey, all we have are these drawings, it's like, well, here, we'll we put on this Oculus Go, for instance,
Mhm.
and let's take a tour of the house. We'll pick one, and you can go on a tour of it and take a look around, get a good idea of what the actual spacing feels like.
Mhm. Okay. So yeah, just being able to walk, having your customers be able to walk around the model and get a good feel for what the design is, what they're going to get whenever it's completed,
Yeah.
and then be able to make a decision that way, like whether or not they want to order it.
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
and then it also gives them an idea. It's like when they walk through, a lot of people will be like, "Oh, I don't like that wall there. Can we
Hmm.
remove it?" It's like, okay, so we can go in the drawings and remove it that way.
Sure. So yeah, with these meetings, are you meeting them at their office? Or are they coming to your office? You mentioned this. I forget what you just called it. You had a showcase or something.
Yeah, we do trade shows and whatnot, but we do have a main office, which we have like 3 models at currently, and then we have,
Physical models.
yep,
Yeah.
and then we have 3 remote offices at the moment.
Mm, um, okay, and 3 remote offices. Okay.
Yep.
And how many rifts do you have?
Currently just the one, just my actual personal Rift.
Okay. And it's your personal rift. So you bring it to the main office. Like, do you go travel with it? How does that work?
Yep. So at the moment, I kept the case that it came in, and I pack it back up and I take it to work. I have a computer at work that's fully capable of running basically anything. So
Okay.
and with our drafting department, they all have like beastly workstation computers with crazy graphics cards and whatnot. So
Sure. Sure. Okay, so then just wherever you need to bring it, you'll bring the headset, you'll get it set up. You have the 2 cameras, I guess, not the three.
no, I've got the 3. I've have
Okay.
the full setup. But that's one of the reasons why we're looking at the Oculus Go for the future. So that way, when we go to trade shows, we can take like 2 of them, throw a
Hmm.
couple of models on them, and have people allow them to walk through.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, one of the benefits to Insight is the ability to you can have multiple people inside of them all at the same time.
Hmm.
So you're talking trade shows. One thing that we did at the Autodesk University we had 2 people at Autodesk
Mhm.
in Las Vegas. We had 1 person back in the New York office, and all 3 of us were participating inside of inside the conference. So when
Mhm.
people came over the table, there's 2 of us physically there, and we talked to people, and we got them to put on a headset, and then they were meeting with our colleague in New York. So then that colleague in New York took over, and they were talking to him, right? And
Yeah.
he explained how everything works, showed them what was going on. And they got the idea, like, hey, we can do this remotely. The big thing is it did 2 things. One, instead of us having to spend time trying to explain to them what's going on while they're in VR, we had someone do that on the other end. And 2, we didn't have to pay for this other person to come to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Right? That saved money for the hotel, for food, for gambling expenses, everything. Right?
Yeah.
So the idea is that for trade shows, this is especially something you can use. You can have people on the other end, back in the office, be able to walk. Hey, I'll be your personal tour guide of the model, and just
Mhm.
walking them through while you are able to deal with people on the floor.
Oh,
That kind of
okay.
makes
Yeah, that makes sense.
sense. All right. What we'll do today, we'll jump inside of the model together. I'll show you how everything works. Do you have a headset plugged in?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So what I'll do here is I'm going to start sharing my screen with you. I'll jump inside the model. We'll navigate. Um, if there's anything you want me to slow down or go over more specifically, just feel free to stop me.
Okay.
Otherwise, yeah, we'll just jump into everything. But
Okay.
yeah. So with this, what do you want to accomplish with the VR tool here? Like, what do you want them to be able to do that you can't already do in VR?
Uh, at the moment, like basically, like I said, we're starting from scratch.
Mm,
So we don't really have anything. We have what our what do you call it? Um, what was I gonna say? I just forgot what I was gonna say. It'd just be nice to like I said, have like the ability to show them and give them an idea of what's actually going on.
sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, our software is designed to be like kind of a presentation focused software.
Yep.
So you can help make sure everyone's with you. Teleport people around. You can force them to go to certain areas. You can force them to stay in a certain area.
Mhm.
So then it allows a lot more control, and it leaves a lot more control in your hands. Because if you go to an open house, probably the person's not going to just run around the house, go do whatever they want,
Yeah.
right? In VR, people do it all the time because it's just like, oh, I can do anything. So they'll just fly through windows. Like you see my screen now,
Yep.
fly through windows. They'll go anywhere, and then all of a sudden, your presentation is just you trying to corral cats, right?
Yeah.
And that's not something you want to do. So we've developed a lot of tools to help prevent that. By the way, I'm just moving around. I just click and drag the mouse to change where I'm looking.
Yep.
WASD keys or the directional keys, I'll be able to move around the space.
Okay.
Let me see here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to invite you to this presentation. All I
Okay.
do is click start meeting. I'm not going to enable voice chat because we're on this call together.
Mhm.
Click invite, copy link, and you'll see inside the, oh, let me see here. I have another individual who just joined us. Give me just a second.
Yeah, no problem.
Hello, Blake. How's it going? Let me see. Anyway, I can have you join. I'm going to send you over a link here in the chat. Just go ahead and click on that, and you'll be able to join me inside the model.
Sure. I just need to switch over my headset to the VR headset then, I guess, so I can actually hear
Yeah,
you.
exactly. Yeah, go ahead and just do that. Get that set up, and then yeah. Actually, and what you can do here. Oh, if you want, we can just use the chat from. We can leave the Zoom chat, and we'll just use Inside VR.
Yeah, Inside VR is probably better just because I'm wearing a headset right now and I have to take it off in order to put my Rift on.
Yeah, no, totally makes sense. Just do
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Mhm.
Just give me one couple of seconds here then.
Yeah. So
Mic
confirm that you can
off.
speak first.
Auto shutdown initiated. Powering off.